Hello, everyone. Good morning, everyone. What's happening? Wrong way. It's 9:54 a.m. 9:54. Yeah, we're on 12 hours difference. Thank you, Hero. Good morning, Mo. How's everyone doing? Aragon, that's too big of a that's too big of a question, Aragon. That's like asking how can you be a good human being? Go to my YouTube channel and you'll find hundreds of videos that you can watch with lots of tips about how to improve English. But if you really want somebody to help you, then you need to ask a better question. Okay? Don't ask something that somebody wrote a book about. Okay? Somebody wrote a book about it, it's not a good question. If you want real help, you have to ask something specific that somebody can actually help you with. Okay? I have done over 900 of these live streams. And I have done about 1,500 hours of teaching here. Okay? I can't just tell you one answer. What's your problem with English? Start with that. Why do you have a problem with English? I'm only telling you the same advice my teacher gave me, Aragon. Many years ago, I asked my teacher some big questions like that, and he said, Mark, if somebody wrote a book about it, then I can't answer your question. And he's right. So you need to think about what is wrong with your English. Reading, writing, listening, speaking, pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary. What's the problem? And what are you doing about it? That's the other question is what are you doing to try to improve? Asking people like, how can I improve my English? How can I improve my Hindi? Okay, so Aragon, tell me how I can improve my Hindi. What can I do? Exactly. 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 It's too big of a question. It's too big of a question. Hello, Miguel. Good morning, my friend. Thank you so much for your recommendation. I really appreciate it. Hello, Rameshri. Nice to see you in my YouTube channel. Hello, Antonio. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed my lesson about prefixes and suffixes. I teach about that topic often. So back to Aragon very quickly. Aragon, here's what I will tell you. 66,000 people follow me here on Hello Talk. Watch and listen, and I promise you, you will get a lot of tips about how to improve your English. But you should start with trying to figure out what's the problem. What is the problem that you suffer from? Not just, I need help with my English. No, I don't even know you. I don't even know you. How can I help you if I don't know you? Okay? 66,000 people do not help, or they don't follow me just because I turn on the camera. They follow me because I help them with their English. Yes, I can. Go to my YouTube channel. Watch some of the videos there. You'll find lots of tips. Okay? Start with that. Go to my YouTube channel. Here's my YouTube channel. Okay? I have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of videos there with lots of tips about how to improve your English. I'm writing a book about how to improve your English because that's what you need to do to answer that question is write a book. Okay? Hello, Flavia. Hello, Iman. See, Aman Ali says, to improve your English, just follow Teacher Mark and his useful tips. Boom. And Hercule says, it starts with you as a person. I agree. You have to know what your problem is before you can solve it. You have to know what your problem is before you can solve it. Hello, Zakaria. How are you? I hope you will go watch it now. But if you watch this one, I promise there will be some people asking questions that I will answer. Okay, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I never answer that one question because it's a silly question. How can I improve my English? You got to ask a better question. If you had a better question, I would answer it. But if you just say something like, how can I improve my English? It tells me that you're actually not that serious about learning English. Because it tells me you just want somebody to give you the answer. Yes, I do think it's a silly question. Just like when I asked you, how can I improve my Hindi? It's a silly question. Yes, Mo, if you want to come on the stage, you can. I'm sorry that you didn't get the answer that you wanted, Aragon, but life is not so easy that people are just going to hand you the answers. Your education is your responsibility. Your improvement is your responsibility. If you want help, then you need to think about it more and come to your teacher with a better question. Okay? I promise I can help you. I promise I can. But you have to ask a better question. See, Hercules got a good, he said, why do you want to learn English? What's your purpose in learning English? What's your difficulty in learning English? Specifically, not just it all falls apart. That's not an answer, man. That's not an answer. If you want to improve something, you must contemplate it. You must consider it. You must have a plan to improve it. If you don't have a plan, start there. You need a plan. If you want to learn English, you can't just learn it without a plan. Okay? So there you go. That's a good question. Why do you want to learn English? There you go. See, Hercules got the idea. Thank you, my friend. Merci beaucoup, Hercule. 我的口音不好。Will? So if your accent is not good in Chinese, I mean, I should say in English, your English accent is not good and you are Chinese, one thing you need to do is open your mouth more. Open your mouth more. Chinese is a small mouth language. English is a big mouth language. If you want to sound clear, you need to open your mouth more. Okay? Mars is learning English for work and travel. Okay, good. Ali Wafa says, first find your exact purpose in learning the language or English, and then you will find the way of how to do it or how to improve. I agree, Ali Wafa. Again, guys, I'm not trying to be difficult. I want you to understand. I'm not trying to be difficult, but I want you to understand one simple thing. If you want help from a teacher, then you have to start with one important thing. You must ask the right questions. Okay? Just saying, how can I be great, is not a good question. Okay? What thriller or detective novel can I read with an A2, B1 level? That's an interesting question. One moment while I take a look at some stuff here. This person here is saying Agatha Christie is around the B1 level, but it seems like it should be a little higher than that. Give me one more minute. See, look, I do answer questions. It's going to be hard to find something at that level only because the majority of books at that level are going to be written more for children around the 7th or 8th grade level. If that's okay for you, then there are things you can read. I think maybe Agatha Christie. Do you know about Agatha Christie? Aurelian, do you know about Agatha Christie? Maybe try an Agatha Christie novel like Murder on the Orient Express. Okay? Hello, Sawab. Hello, Ida. Hello, Peter. Yes, I see you. I didn't forget you, Peter. Shivani says, how can I lighten my heavy Indian accent as people don't... Okay, so Shivani, Hindi is kind of like Chinese. It's a small mouth language. So the majority of people who speak English with a Hindi accent, the biggest problem they have is they use too small of a mouth. Okay, if your mouth is too small, your pronunciation won't sound good. Accent is all about mouth movements and mouth positions. That's what accent is, okay? So the problem is you're still using the same mouth positions from Hindi when you speak English. You have to change something about your mouth positions in order for the accent to change. So the two things I would suggest are, one, open your mouth more. Focus on the vowel sounds that are very open. That's one. And two, slow down. The rhythmic pace of Hindi is a lot faster in general than the rhythmic pace of English. Okay, so if you want people to understand you better, open your mouth more and slow down. Okay? Antonio, see, Antonio is recommending another Agatha Christie novel. So I think you could try Agatha Christie. She's very famous for her detective novels. Okay? Nicole, I'm here to talk to anybody about most things. Whatever. Hello, Prem. Nicole, are you from the U.S.? Yeah, articulation, but every language has articulation. You have to articulate differently for each language you speak. Okay? Hello, Herschel. You're welcome, Shivani. Can I teach you some funny, useful expressions like anywho? Well, I won't say those are very useful necessarily. They're just funny. There are lots of words like that we mispronounce on purpose in a joking kind of way, but it's not very useful. And I hesitate to teach them to you because I don't want you to mispronounce words on purpose until you learn how to pronounce them correctly on purpose first. So if I encourage you to mispronounce them, I can't do that as a teacher. There are too many people here who, what will happen is they'll skip over pronouncing it correctly and start just using the joke pronunciation, and I can't approve that. Okay? You must learn the proper way to speak English before you learn the improper way to speak English. Okay? Hello, Abdullah. I'm fine. You're welcome, Iman. Hello, Abdurrahman. In my YouTube channel. Guys, go to my YouTube channel if you want to. The quality might be better there. Hello, Chung Le. Xin chào. You're sorry. Why are you sorry? Hello, Apple Tree. Hello, Kevin. What does more life, more blessing mean? Where did you see that? Or hear that? Because I've actually never heard that before. Hello, Leviathan. Abdullah, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Chew, turn it in is what we say when we're submitting something to someone. So turn it in like your homework. Turn it in. Please turn in your homework. Did you turn it in? Means did you submit your homework? Did you give your homework to the teacher? Okay, turn it in. Okay, means to give something to someone else. That's usually, it's an assignment of some sort. Okay, hello, Roya. What do I think is the shortest way to learn English? I have no idea. I never pay attention to such things. I never worry about how long it takes. I only worry about the quality of my learning. And here's the problem with your question, Noor. The shortest way to learn English implies that there's an end to learning English. There is no end to learning any language. So if there is no final ending, then how can you get there faster? Okay? So Noor, you have to put that idea out of your mind. When you learn a language, there is no end. There is no end. Okay? There is no end. Peter, I have 66,000 followers, man. I can't reply to every comment and every message I get. I just can't. Okay? I'm a busy man. I have a lot of people who follow me. I try to reply to a few messages every day, but I can't talk to every single person who messages me. Okay? Don't take it personally. The YouTube link is here. Okay? Yes, I didn't go to the Nicki Minaj Pink show on Friday. I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan, man. Sorry, Hussein. I think you know that already. I like indie rock music. I like jazz music. I like world music. Those are shows I might go to. I'm not a big fan of almost any kind of pop music. Serena, you've been waiting for 2 days. Well, that's because I don't do live streams on the weekend. I do live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do voice rooms on Tuesday and Thursday. Saturday and Sunday, those are my days. I have other work to do. Thank you, Andy. What is my thought about not being able to find words while speaking? Karthik, that happens to everyone. That happens to native speakers too. It happens to me every day. There are many times when I'm trying to think of a word, but I can't think of it. That's normal. That's just the nature of language. Language is a form of expression, and sometimes you're not able to easily find the words that you want to use to express yourself. Practice makes perfect. Keep working on it and you'll get better at it. Build your vocabulary more and you'll get better at it. Practice thinking in English every day and you'll get better at it. The more you think up here in English, then you'll be ready to use those words. Whatever you were thinking about, you'll be ready to use that when you want to speak. But if you're never thinking here, then you're going to forget more often. Hello, Steel Rebecca. There is no easy way to learn a language. There is no easy way. I don't do things the easy way, people. I'm an obsessive person. I want to learn things well, not fast. Okay? My purpose in learning is not to get to the finish line quicker. My purpose in learning is to learn the best way. Okay? So I'm not looking for expediency. I'm looking for quality of learning. Okay? Thank you, Chu. Hello, Serena. Hello, Eva. Can you use the word play when you're saying, I am playing with my cat? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. Who wants to talk to me? Raise your hand. Oh, look, there's 4 people. I didn't know there was anybody waiting. Let's talk to Antonio. Antonio, would you like to come talk to me? Antonio. Hello, Antonio. Antonio is busy, I guess, now. Okay, one moment. Let me get my iPad. Hello, Edgar from Costa Rica. All right, let's try Shivani. Hello, Shivani. How are you?
Hi, Mark. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good this morning. I'm pretty good. I feel like I'm a little combative this morning, but it's just the nature of being a teacher sometimes.
So I didn't get that word. You're a little bit what?
Combative.
Combative. Combative means you want to win something or a
It's
battle or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a battle. I'm fighting a little bit. People are asking me questions I don't like, and so instead of just answering them, sometimes I fight back. I'm combative.
Oh, combative. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And so you were asking me about your pronunciation, right? Your accent.
Yes.
You sound fine to me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it so
You
much.
haven't heard me much, right? You haven't heard me much.
I have heard a lot of people from India. A lot. Okay?
Okay.
Like hundreds. Okay? So I can tell you that your accent is a lot better than most.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to worry less. And you need to remember that one of the most important parts of language is confidence. If you don't have confidence, you can't speak any language well. If you lose your confidence because you second guess yourself all the time, if you always say, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, then you will not have confidence. So you have to balance things, right? You have to feel like it's a strange dichotomy. Dichotomy is a word that means like a paradox, right? Like two things at the same time that are opposite. One is you have to have confidence and you have to believe in yourself to speak well. But the other one is you always should feel like you want to improve. Those two things have to live together, right? So you can't have too much of one or the other. Okay? So you shouldn't feel like you're, oh, I'm so terrible, I'm so terrible, I'm so terrible. If you have that too much, then you won't have enough confidence and you can't speak well. But you also need to be able to feel like, well, I want to keep improving. I need to keep improving. That should also be true every day. Okay? And I can see you're a teacher, are you?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I'm a software engineer.
Oh, what are you? A software engineer. Oh, I saw the chart on the back of your wall. It looked a lot like the teachers' charts that we use. So,
Okay.
yeah. So you're a software engineer. Okay.
Yes.
And you live in where? In Delhi, in Mumbai, and where?
I live in a city. It's near to Delhi. It's called Aligarh.
Illegal. Okay.
Aligarh.
All right.
Yes, and it's like Aligarh is my hometown, and I'm living in Ghaziabad. If you have heard about the city, Ghaziabad is also very near to Delhi only.
Okay.
So it comes in the NCR region, National Capital Region of India. So Delhi NCR region. So it consists of Delhi, Noida, Greater Noida, and Ghaziabad.
Okay, so I have to ask you, why do you think that your pronunciation is that bad? It's not.
No. It's not the case with like when I'm comfortable with someone talking to it, there's no issue. So the thing you told me, right, that you don't have to second guess yourself, don't have to have dual thoughts in mind, but those comes very usually, like when I'm talking to my managers in my office, maybe having group discussions where I want to make my point. I want to convince them about what am I saying and everything. So I want to be perfect in that sense that, okay, I'm good in English. I'm very fluent. You have to understand me. What happens basically at that point of time is I become fast. And sometimes when they try to when they say that, they don't understand me because I have to talk to mostly my colleagues are from US, from Philippines, from Singapore sometimes.
Okay.
So they have very different accent and maybe they don't understand me. That's why I asked you that if I'm having that heavy Indian accent.
You have an Indian
sometimes-
accent, but it's not as bad as you think. I mean, again, I've talked to a lot of people from India, and I know what the problems are. Hindi is a very small mouth language, and it's a very fast language. Like the rhythm of the language is very, very, very fast. Like I always tell people, I'm a drummer. If you notice the drums behind me, and many years ago, I studied Carnatic music. Tabla, takadimi, takadimi, takada, takadimi, takada, ta, right? Like, and it's got that ta 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 that sound to it, that same kind of a sound. So, what you need to do is what I suggested earlier, which is slow down. One, language has no speed. Language has no speed, just like music has no speed. Is fast music the only good music? No, of course not.
No.
Right. So sometimes slow music is good, sometimes medium speed music is good, and sometimes fast music is good. Language is the same. So slow down and you'll be better off. And here's the other thing. Sometimes people think that if you speak more quickly, your language is better. But the faster you speak, the less meaning your words actually have. When you slow down, your words take on more meaning. Okay. If I said the same thing,
Right.
I could say, oh, the faster you speak, the less meaning words have. Now, see, I said it so fast that it doesn't have any meaning anymore. You see what I mean? But if I say the faster
Eh,
you speak, the less meaning your words have. That's slow, but it has meaning. It's powerful that way. Okay. So, and then another aspect is, again, the Hindi language is a very the mouth is small most of the time, and also it has this short, sharp sound to each of the pronunciation of the Hindi syllables. They're short and sharp, and so what you should do is think about English more like singing. Pull the words and make them longer. Don't make every word sound like this, nice and sharp like this. If everything sounds very short and sharp, then it's harder to listen to. But if you pull the words and make them longer like you're singing, then it's better. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just slow down, open your mouth more, and understand that every language has its rhythm. Every language has a rhythm, and the rhythm of Hindi is pretty short and sharp and fast. And if you want to sound more like a native speaker in America, then you should pull the words and make them longer. Okay? Like I tell I give the same advice to people in China too, because Chinese language is also a small mouth language, and sometimes they do the same thing. Every word comes out sounding like this, like everything is separated very, very, but you have to connect the words like music and pull them and make them longer. Okay? So if you think of it more like singing, you'll be okay. Okay?
Okay. And what about, like, it's not related to English? What about not second guessing yourself? Like, having those thoughts coming at the same time when you are speaking, like you're not speaking good, or maybe they are judging you, or if they say that okay, they don't understand, then you have to say it again. So then next time it is like more difficult to say the same thing, because again you start judging yourself only. So
Okay.
that's the case with me, I guess.
Two things. What do we say to people if you go to a performance, like you go to a play or something, and when people are finished and everybody's clapping, what do they yell? They yell, bravo, bravo, bravo. Right? Have you heard that before? It's Italian. It's an Italian word, actually.
Yeah.
It's Spanish and Italian. I think it's also French. But what does that word mean? Do you know what that word means?
Kudos.
It means brave.
Brave.
Because we're saying, good job on being brave. We know it's hard to be on stage and perform well. Bravo. So what that means is language is a performance. Language is a performance. So you have to be brave to perform well. Okay. Leviathan says bravo means excellent. It does mean excellent now. The meaning is excellent, but the original meaning is brave. That's the original meaning of the word in Latin and in Italian. The word means brave originally. Okay. The meaning that we give to it now is excellent, Leviathan, but the original meaning is brave. Okay. Because to do something excellently, you must be brave to do that. Okay, Leviathan? Look it up. I assure you I'm correct. So listen. I often tell people here, you must be a language warrior. You must be a language warrior. And what is a warrior? A warrior is a fighter. Okay, and why do I say that? Because language is something that you have to have bravery and confidence to do well. And you have to fight. What do you have to fight? You have to fight your fear. Okay. You have to care more about your language and care more about your improvement than you do about your embarrassment. If you care more about your embarrassment than you do about your improvement, you will never improve. Okay. Being embarrassed and being frustrated, those two things happen to every single person who has ever become a master of anything. So think of everybody who's a master of anything in the world. I don't care what it is. They have not gotten to that place without suffering some embarrassment. Okay? That's just the nature of it. Because you have to be willing to put yourself out there and take a chance on what you're doing. And occasionally you won't do as well as you want to. But again, so what? That's the nature of improving, making mistakes and learning from them. Okay? There's a famous painter from America named Bob Ross. He passed away a few years back, but he would teach painting on TV, right? And in 30 minutes, he would make these amazing paintings like that, right? And everybody at home is trying to paint too. But of course, the people at home are not doing it like he does. You know, like at home, your painting probably looks pretty ugly. But he would always say one thing that was really great. He said, there are no mistakes. There are only happy accidents. Okay, so just...
There are only happy
There are only happy accidents.
accidents.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're happy accidents. Relax. Okay. School teaches us that mistakes are bad because every time you make a mistake, they make a big X and then they say, you're wrong. But that's only because that's the only method school can use to teach you. But the truth is, mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are good. Mistakes are a part of learning. And you shouldn't feel embarrassed by making mistakes. You should understand that they're a part of progress. Okay? If you're too afraid to
Yes.
speak, then because you're afraid to make mistakes, then you won't make any progress at all. That's a much bigger problem than making some mistakes. Okay? So some people are so afraid to speak because they don't want to make any mistakes that they don't practice that much, and then they don't improve. But if you put yourself out there and you just make some mistakes, you will improve more quickly. Okay, so accept your
Right.
mistakes. Hug them. They're your friends. Okay? Relax. It's just
Okay.
language. It's just language. It's about expression and communication, not about perfection. Okay, Shivani?
Yes, sure. It's very important for me right now, like these days now, because I've into managerial profile now. So earlier it was only development and coding, but now it is like have to lead a team. So yes, English plays a role, very big role here now. So maybe at age of 37 now, if I'm trying to improve my English, that's not bad. And it's I can say that it's better late than never. And yes, I used to be embarrassed about it, but yes, I'm improving now. So I'm happy about improving myself through Hello Talk and conversing with everyone in English. So yes, that fear and everything is going, and I can see it, I can feel it. So yes, I'm working.
Good.
And thank you for
You're
motivating.
welcome. And remember that the secret of staying young is learning.
True.
Okay, the idea that the older you get, the less you should learn. No, that's a weird thing. No, I'm 48. I'm still learning, and I will never stop. Okay, that's the secret of youth, is a constant want and desire to learn more. Okay, it also keeps you
Yes.
humble. The more you want to learn, the more humble you become. Okay?
Yes.
So, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. You just need to have more confidence in yourself, and you need to remember that language is a performance. Language is a performance, okay? So, the first time I performed when I was 15 years old and I got on stage, I was so scared. I was crazy scared. But now I've been on stage hundreds, maybe thousands of times. Definitely thousands of times. And that's like home. Do I seem nervous now? I'm not. I've been doing this now for a few years, and I have a lot of people watch me all the time, and I don't have any nervousness at all. Because
Hmm.
here's the other thing: is that when you're just trying to be humble, you don't have to worry,
Right.
right? If you're trying to prove something, then you worry. But if you're just trying to be humble, then you don't have to worry. And I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. I'm just trying to be humble. I'm trying to help people. That's it. Why should I be worried about that? You know, if you go feed the homeless, are you worried about how you do it? No. You're just trying
No,
to you're just
yeah,
trying to feed them. You're just trying to help them. If you don't do it perfectly, who cares? You're just trying to help. You're just being humble. Okay? So,
that's a good point. Yes.
right, just remember that just try to don't look at everything like it's a contest of perfection. It's not. Okay?
Hmm.
And the only person you need to compete with is the person you were yesterday. You're not competing with anybody else, just you. Whoever you were yesterday,
Yeah.
try to be better than that today. That's the only game. Okay?
Okay.
You're doing just fine, Shivani.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Keep going. Keep working on
Okay.
it. And come back and see me
Sure.
again and let me know how it's going, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye
Have
bye.
a good day. Bye bye.
Eva. Hello, Eva. Let's talk to Eva. Peter, you have to be patient, man. Again, there are 111 people who are waiting to talk to me, Peter. Hello, Eva. How are you?
Hello.
Привет.
Hi. Hi. I'm fine. Привет.
How can I help you today? You're in Russia. Where? Are you in St. Petersburg and Moscow, or where are you?
Yeah, we have only two cities.
Smolensk, Vladivostok.
But
Where?
you were right. I'm in Moscow.
Okay, all right. Okay. I do know more than just the two cities, but I just generally, when people come on my stream, wherever they're from, I'll name the two or three most, major cities.
Yeah.
This is usually a safe guess. If they're from China, I say Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, So,
Yeah.
anyway, how can I help you, Eva from Moscow?
Well, I just try to take every chance to speak to people because I know I can study a lot of things. There are so many rules, exceptions, and words, but if I don't use them, I will not be able to speak.
That's
So
true. That's true. But
I
again,
just try.
language isn't about rules. Language is
Yeah.
not about rules, everybody. You guys, you have to understand, one reason why I excel at language learning is very simple. I'm a musician, and I approach language the exact same way that I do music. There are rules in music too, but that's not the
Yes.
purpose of music is not to learn the rules. The purpose of music is to make music, express yourself. Same
Yeah,
thing
that's
with
why I try
language.
to. That's why I try to speak to people here on
Good,
Hello Talk.
good.
And Russian people, we have a really bad trait. Even my grandmother, she always told me when I was a child, like, hey, you don't have to show up to the people. Don't be like upstart. Try to be not shy, but mm,
Reserved.
we we are very disciplined Russian people, and we are very try not to show up. Kind of, she could say, "Look at her, look at that girl. She always like, I'm the most clever. I'm best here. I'm the best
This is
there.
true.
Don't
This
be
is
like
kind of
that."
true about Russian people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's about
yeah. There is
Russians,
a
and
cultural thing there. Yeah.
yeah, I know,
But
and
that's
I
not
think
I
now,
think that's not always good. That's not always good,
of course,
That's kind of it's actually it's a little judgmental, right?
yes,
Like
yes, always.
yeah, just because somebody's trying to do something well doesn't mean you should judge them for it.
I mean, being judgmental is also about Russian people. And I know that now children and youngsters they're different. They're more open-minded because we use internet, we speak to many people, and we could travel in the past.
Yeah.
We could travel a lot. So we could share ideas. We could talk to people. We could find something more. So now children are different, but older people, we are still the same. We're kind of a little bit afraid to be different, a little bit afraid to show up.
Yeah, again, but it's good to recognize your cultural
Yeah,
what's the right word for it? Idiosyncrasies, I'll call it.
well, it
Your
is.
cultural,
Yeah,
yeah, idiosyncrasies. The quirks, idiosyncrasies, things that are a little bit interesting aspects, we'll call it. Yeah, qualities, sure. You know, um, it's because it's good to at least try to analyze the ways of your people so that you can recognize which ones serve you well and which ones don't serve you well. You know, um, so for example, I'm an American, and we're often too arrogant. And we often, we don't know when to shut up. We speak our mind all the time, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing. It just depends on where you are and what's needed at the time. And although I have changed my view of being an American now, because I do recognize something very specific about being an American, which is that we are a mix of cultures, right? So just because I have a certain heritage doesn't mean that's my only heritage. My heritage is a mix of everybody's. So, we have Russians here, we have Japanese people here, and Chinese people here, and French people here, and Germans here, and Indians here, and I get to learn from all of them. And that's great if you want to. Not everybody does, but if you want to be a part of this mix of things, then you can. And then you can recognize that you can learn from all of these different cultures and people. So in a way, I feel like ultimately that's where I hope the world gets to, a place where we recognize that your culture is my culture and my culture is your culture. There is only one human race, and we all live on this big rock in space. At some point, we're going to have to admit that. It's kind of weird that we don't.
I'm trying to look for a balance, something in between cultures, the best ways of any culture.
That's exactly right,
So
and that's exactly what you should do. That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Is that again, Russia's a multicultural place too. You guys have a lot of cultures that live there.
yeah,
It's just one of those things where when people think of Russians, they generally think of just one type, just the same thing as Americans. When they think of Americans, they think of some guy like me. When they think of Russians, they think of a girl like you. But my neighbor's from Taiwan, he's American. I have another neighbor from India, he's American.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
like we have lots of people from Caucasus
right,
mountains, and they're Russians.
right.
And Tatar people, Bashkir people,
Right.
Chavash, so many.
And so there's
Yeah,
a bigger theme going on here, which is that all of those places, if you go to the moon and you look at Earth, you can't see all these weird lines we draw. So you have to remember that all the people who are living here, we're all neighbors, just a little bit further apart. But that's the reason why it's so great talking to people here.
and we also have lots of Ukrainians, and they are Russians here. It's blowing my mind. Like, how can we? How can we? They're just our
Right,
friends, brothers,
right,
sisters.
right,
I have so many patients.
right. I know.
That's crazy.
Right, but those are not the decisions of the people. Those are the decisions of
I
a
know.
small few.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the thing. To be honest with you, I think that those days are numbered because, again,
I hope so. I
well,
really hope so.
I think it will for one simple reason. What we're doing right now. 40 years ago, if you and I wanted to talk, it might have been possible, but really, really difficult and really expensive.
Yeah.
Right? Not easy, certainly, right? So, But now I talk to people all over the world all the time, right? And so if enough people start doing this kind of thing, it will change the attitudes that we all have about each other, you know, and it'll break down a lot of the misconceptions we have about each other.
And we people are so clever. We have so many knowledges. We could work on something together to create
Right.
a new source of energy or
Right.
someone
Right.
else.
Yeah, but
We
again,
should use our energy for better things, I
that's
think.
right. But there are now and there always have been good reasons why certain people, well, I shouldn't say good reasons, but I should say reasons why certain groups of people try to keep people divided.
Yeah.
That's always been true. You know, but like I said, that's why things are different now. We all have a cell phone and we all have an ability to use satellites to talk to each other now. And now there's translation software that makes it even easier. I mean, in the next 10 years,
Thanks for Elon Musk.
well, yeah, I don't really want to thank him for too many things. He's not my favorite character, but I'll say thank you for satellite technology. Yes, that's true. And again, the more we do this, the more we'll start to change certain aspects of the way we interact with each other. You know, yeah. So it's good. This is one of the reasons why I think it's kind of weird that HelloTalk is not a more popular app than it is. Because Facebook doesn't really encourage you to talk to people in this way. You know, it doesn't allow you to reach out to people from different cultures in this same way. And same with X, and same with, there's no way to just say, well, I'd like to talk to people who speak this language. And, you know, from this culture or this city, they don't do it that way. Or if they do, they don't encourage it. So it's kind of weird. But this is one place where, you know, look, I see flags here from Iran and Korea and Germany and India, and you're from Russia. And we're all sitting here together in one little digital room, you know?
We should speak more.
I agree.
In this world.
I agree. By the way, your accent is excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you sound like you have lived in America for a while, even.
Yeah. I've never been there. Wow. I've never been to Europe.
Wow. Me neither, actually.
I've been to Dominican Republic and Egypt.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So what do you do, Eva? Are you is that what is that? Is that a pharmacist?
Medical student? No, I'm not a pharmacist. I'm a radiation oncologist.
Oh, an oncologist. Well, that's cool. Awesome. Yeah, my grandfather was a radiologist. He was one of the first radiologists, actually. You know, like he was working on radiology, you know, the X-ray techniques of radiology in the first days that it was being done. You know, yeah.
And actually, we use American equipment, and this is the best in the world. So we have to be friendly with you guys. Without you, we will not be able to treat our patients.
Well, you know, but it's a good thing that you can recognize that, because, you know, again, technology has no country. A good idea has no country. That's a better way to put it. Good ideas don't have nations. Good ideas are just good ideas. You know? Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. Well, once again, your English is really good. It seems like you're able to express yourself really well. And that's the point of language. Expressing yourself. So good.
I was a teacher. I had a long practice of teaching oncology for Indian students.
Wow.
So I was a teacher at the medical university, and I had to speak a lot. I gave lectures in English.
Good for you.
Since that time, I kind of speak fluently.
Well, I can tell. Well, good for you.
But here in Moscow, I'm not a teacher anymore. We almost don't have foreign patients, just a few of them, and mostly from Nigeria or from China, from Great Britain, a few people. So I don't
Ali,
have
I
enough
think
practice.
you said you're a radiology oncologist, right?
No, I'm radiotherapist. So
Radiotherapist, but that uses
yeah, radiation
radiology.
oncologist.
I see.
So I
So
make
you use
3D models.
I understand, but it's similar. It still comes from that same
Yeah,
field originally.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we use CT and MRI
Right.
scans
Right.
to combine them together and to make 3D model of the
I
organ
see.
that is damaged by a cancer, and then we create a 3D model of all organs of the same area to count the phone dose of radiation. And then we work with physics, medical physics. They kind of set up the equipment, how to work and how to give radiation to a proper place in the body and not to touch the healthy organs.
Right.
So then
Right.
we have,
Right.
that's interesting.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that still derives from the same kind of radiology because that was the first time when we started using, radiology technology to examine the body, and we had to recognize that it has
Yeah.
damaging effects. That's why we wear the lead jackets on us. When we take X-rays and whatnot for X-ray tech. When you get an X-ray. So and it's interesting. Okay. Very interesting. And yeah, wow. I mean, again, if you can explain that stuff in English, then wow, your English must be quite good because that's pretty advanced. Good for you. And you also, I can tell when you speak English, you think in English, and that's one of the most important parts of the language. Is you have to be able to think in that language. If you can't, then you translating everything in your mind is too slow, and that's not the nature of how language is supposed to work.
Actually, I don't know in which language I think. You just you just put an
Right.
idea.
You just put an idea exactly, but see, that's the nature of language. Is so. For example, if you grow up in Switzerland, they might know Italian and German and French, and one or two other languages too, maybe. But they don't have one that's their primary language and they just, translate. No, when they're speaking Italian, they're thinking Italian. When they're speaking French, they're thinking French. When they're speaking German, they're thinking German. And this is an important aspect of language because it's one that they don't talk about in the books. In the books, they tell you about reading, writing, listening, and speaking, but they never ever tell you about thinking. And the reason why is because you can't test for thinking. So in school, they don't have any way to test to see what language are you thinking in, but they should be telling you from the very beginning that whatever you learn in language, you should start trying to put it into your mind and think about it. Use it in your mind. If they teach you how to say hello, privyet, then when I walk down the street, I should look at people and just think privyet, just to be able to use it and make it live in your mind. If it doesn't live there, then if you don't have thinking is the platform where reading, writing, listening, and speaking stand on. And so if your platform is weak, then the rest will be weak. So that's the biggest thing that I push here is that thinking is the most important part of a language. You have to learn how to get your mind to develop in that language to be able to use it well. I speak Chinese. When I speak Chinese, I think Chinese.
That's cool.
Well, because again, you're doing it in English. I'm telling you. It's also the way I redefine the word fluent. The word fluent is often defined as able to speak about things easily, but people think that means like there's a stopping point, like, oh, if I learn this much, then I'm done and I don't need to learn anymore. I'm good enough at this point. I hate the word fluency in that regard. I think that's a myth. But I redefine the word fluency as the connection of the language of your mind and your ability to use it. So if you
I
have
think
good language in your mind, then you
I
can't.
can explain whatever I want, and I can understand anything people say, but I can do it with mistakes or in a very slow way. But I will do it.
And
I
that's
think,
exactly right.
okay, that's not bad.
That's exactly right. Because again, I also tell people language is not about perfection. Language is about
Yeah,
expression and communication. The goal is not to be perfect in language. No one is perfect in language. Okay? So if you make some mistakes, that's okay. That's all right. And your accent is really not important either. I tell everybody here that I don't care what accent you have in English. Now, this may not be true in some other languages, right? When you learn French, they really encourage you to have a proper French accent, or Spanish or German. They really want you to have a proper accent for that language. I get that. But in my opinion, English being the world language that it is, I don't care what accent you have. I only care if that accent is clear. That's it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you can speak English perfectly well with a Russian accent, French accent, German accent, Japanese accent, Chinese accent. I don't care what accent it is. It only
yeah,
matters if it's clear. That's it.
yeah. I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's weird to try to encourage people to think that the only way to speak English well is if you sound exactly like me. That's just weird. Why? Are you trying to be a spy? Like, is the point of learning language so that you can trick people into believing that you were born in a different country? No. The point of learning language is just to express your ideas in another language. That's it. That's all. So, you know, again, some languages may not be that way, but I absolutely think English is that way. No one really cares about what accent you have. It only becomes a problem if your accent is unclear. And that does need to be fixed. You do need to I tell people that it's kind of like crayons. When you buy a box of crayons, you want all the colors, right? For drawing with crayons, right? You want all the colors. Nobody buys a box of black crayons or a box of gray crayons or a box of brown crayons. You want all the colors. Your accent is your color. You don't need to lose your color. But sometimes when you draw with a crayon, if it's not sharp, you can't draw clearly. So what do you need to do? Sharpen your crayon. You don't need to lose your color. You need to sharpen your crayon. That's it. Accents are your color. Don't lose your color,
Yeah.
just sharpen it.
It's like, but even if I speak like this, you will understand me.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah. And again, especially growing up in America, because quite honestly, you know, I've heard almost every accent growing up here, and that kind of became part of the mosaic of language to me here. You know, I never expected anybody to have to sound like me, and I certainly never judged them in that way. Like, oh, they don't speak well because they don't sound like me. No, I don't care. I grew up. I tell people that one of the best experiences I ever had, and quite honestly, one of the reasons why I'm here on this app today is because in the 3rd grade, we had an assignment where we had to go home for homework and learn what heritage we had. Where do we come from? And to write a short little paper about it and then make some food from that culture and bring it in the next day to share with everyone. So everybody
Yeah.
brought in
Was
different food. We had Mexican food and German food and French food and Italian food and Slovak food and all these different foods together. That, you know, that's why I'm here is, you know, and it never occurred to me that these people are foreign or something like that. No. You know, that's their heritage. Every American comes from someplace else with the exception of the few natives who are left. And there are not many of them, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
anyway, now I told you, we talk too much. We don't know when to shut up. I told you that's part of my culture.
Oh no! You haven't spoken to people from Cornwall. They never shut up.
I don't know if I have spoken from anyone from Cornwall specifically. I don't know. I've spoken to a lot of Brits before, but I don't know if I've spoken to anybody specifically from Cornwall.
Yeah, I know. My teacher of English language, he is from Cornwall, and he has a family. And in the beginning, when she just came to Russia, I used to help him a lot, to get him to the doctor, to help to fix something in his flat, whatever. He always called me like, "Hey, could you please help me?" And I was like, "I'm there." So I spoke to his family when his dad was sick. I spoke to his sister and to his daughter, to his son. So I spoke a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
They never shut up. But I love that because I needed it.
Well,
I
that's
wanted
good.
to speak,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
good.
fed me with the language.
And
I was
again,
like,
I would say that means there's a certain aspect of their confidence that comes, that's at play there. People who don't shut up, they do have a certain level of confidence to be able to be like that. To never second guess yourself, to be like, oh, maybe I should shut up. Like you just keep talking. Yeah, there's a certain level of confidence there that is good to learn from.
yes, I was hungry for language, and I was like, yeah, say whatever, tell me more.
That's great. Good for you. Good for you. Again, you speak so well. And I mean, I shouldn't be shocked by that, but it's just always nice to see,
Yeah, that people study your language and can speak.
well, and I don't like to consider it to be my language. It's a lingua franca, means common language. It's funny because the word the term lingua franca, it actually comes from a long time ago during the Crusades. If you were Arabic and you saw somebody from Europe, anyone from Europe, it didn't matter what country you were from, they called them lingua franca, which means language of France. Because they basically thought that everybody from Europe spoke French. But now, lingua franca just means common language that's spoken between people who don't know the same language. Right? And English is the lingua franca. It's not the most popular language in the world. There are more people who speak Spanish. There are more people who speak Chinese. But it's the most common language spoken between two people who don't know the same language.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a global language now, like I have another Russian friend, and just the other day she was drinking a beer and she showed me the beer, and it's a Russian beer. But on the beer, it says chocolate stout in English. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. That's a Russian beer and you wrote it in English? Like, that's kind of funny to me,
We make lots of Russian stuff, and we kind of print something in English, like, then it has a better price, so people buy it better and more often.
So it's a marketing ploy, I see. No, I just thought that was interesting. That's just interesting.
There's a guy who's jealous. He said, I'm jealous.
That's Leviathan. Yeah.
Leviathan, yeah.
Yeah.
He also wants to talk to you, probably, so I have to.
Well, it was wonderful to talk with you, and please come back and see me again sometime.
I will. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. See, that was a great conversation. That's why I like to have this live stream. Hello, Edgar Quesada from Costa Rica. Mucho gusto. And yes, it's like if I speak Spanish. I cannot roll my R. No matter how many times I've tried to practice rolling my R, I can't do it. It's the one linguistic thing that I'm just incapable of doing. So, I can speak Spanish, but I speak Spanish like an American trying to speak Spanish. So, anyway, let's see. Did I miss any important comments here? Let me go back and look here. Okay, please be patient, everyone. There are 162 people here, so please remember, I have a lot of people I'm trying to help. You have to be patient if you want help from me, all right? Lots of people want to talk to me. I get that. I'm doing the best I can to try to answer as many questions as I can from as many people as I can, all right? Let's see. Hello, Amita. Hello, Ariana. Hello, Moonlight. Guten Tag. Hello, Arjun. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which is just a word that means pretty cool or awesome. Hello, Dream Queen. Hello, Shad. Is Russia located in just Europe or Asia and Europe? It's Asia and Europe, technically. Hello, Ilham. Can I please suggest a free application to practice English? Yeah. Hello Talk. We're here. 你听不懂，哈哈哈。为什么你听不懂？我觉得他的英文很好，因为or I should say，所以他说一点快，可是有时候我说慢一点，所以我觉得你可以听得懂我说什么。如果你要学英文，你需要试试看，试试。OK， 听我，看我，每天的。And Ahmed Hamdi, please don't disparage any other people, okay? You wouldn't like it if I said something bad about Egyptian people, would you? So don't do that. That's not nice. It's not nice. It's not cool. It's not very mature. I don't approve. If you disparage any other culture or country or people or person in my live stream, you will be removed and you will not be asked to come back. Understand? All right. Yes, Lily, she did speak very well. Bonsoir. You have problems? What are your problems, Lily? Peter, I'm going to have to ask you to come back. All right, Peter? You need to learn patience, Peter. So I'm going to have to ask you to come back. All right, my friend? If you learn patience, maybe I'll talk to you.
But you just came on my stream just a couple days ago, and now you expect me to give all my time to you?
No, dude. I have 66,000 followers. There are 160 people who want to talk to me. And this is my time, and I'm not being paid anything for my time, so I will spend it however I feel like. And if you are impatient, you can bet on one thing. I will not talk to you. So, Peter, I can tell you this. I don't actually want to talk to you now because you've shown impatience in my streams. And you don't seem to be aware that you're not the only person here. Okay? I will not talk to you if you're impatient. Okay? So I'm going to ask you to come back another day. All right? I'll talk to people however long I want to. It's not up to you. Hello, Miracle. I'm not angry, no, but I just don't appreciate anybody being impatient with me. Okay? I don't tolerate it. This is my time. My time is valuable. To me, at the very least. Okay? Yeah, I don't appreciate it when somebody tells me that I'm talking too long to somebody else and that I should talk to them. No, no. Desperation is a stinky perfume. Learn that idiom. Okay? Yes, DY, 我是美国人，现在我住在美国，在俄亥俄州，就是在美国中部。Hello, King. Yes, I do remember you. How are you? Speak some Japanese, please. Konnichiwa. Hajimemashite. All right. I can speak Chinese, I can speak English, and I know a little bit of a bunch of other languages. Thank you, Eva. Okay, I'll try to talk to somebody else now. Yeah, I speak Chinese more than Japanese. I never studied Japanese. I just know a few words in Japanese. Lee, I lived in Taiwan for 4 years. I went to a university there for 6 months. Okay, now I will talk to somebody else who's patient. Let's talk to, how about, let's talk to Aryan in Iraq. Aryan, hello.
Hello.
Let me turn off the camera for you, my friend.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. Assalamu alaikum. Next time, don't call while naked. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fine. You?
I'm pretty good. You're in Iraq. Are you where? Are you in
Kurdistan.
in Kurdistan? Okay.
Yeah. I'm Kurdish.
Okay. All right. There's a Kurdish restaurant right near my house.
Who, whose name?
The name of the restaurant?
This name. Yeah.
The name of the restaurant is Layla.
Layla.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Layla's name this my aunt.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's Kurdish Turkish, I think.
Kurdish
Yeah.
Turkey.
Yeah. It's a Kurdish Turkish restaurant, and
Not Kurdistan.
no, he's Kurdish, but the food. I think the food is half Kurdish, half Turkish food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what can I do for you
You-
today, my friend? How can I help you?
I wanna learn in English.
Okay.
Beginner. I'm beginner.
Okay. Well, you sound like you're not a beginner. You can speak.
Wow.
You're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. And who is that? Your sister speaking to you, or what?
No, my wife.
Your wife. So she
Yeah.
speaks English pretty well, I think.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, that's good. She can teach you. That's great. Good for you.
I wanna in step by step.
Step by step. Okay, sure. That's right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
Where are you from?
I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. It's in the middle of the United States.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. So tell me, what is your job? What do you do?
I'm soldier.
You're a soldier. Okay. All right. And
Special force.
tell me, what do you like to do for fun? Your hobbies, your interests.
Gym.
Gym, working out. You
Yeah.
like to work out.
I'm boxing boxer.
Ah, you like
yeah.
to box. You like to
Yeah.
box. Okay.
I'm player Muay Thai, Thailand.
Ah, Muay Thai. Okay. All right. Yeah, Muay Thai fighting.
I'm champion in Kurdistan.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't fight.
In 81 kilogram, I'm champion.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
Thank you.
What about food? What kind of foods do you like to eat?
Meat.
Meat.
Just
Okay.
meat.
Okay, like kebabs.
Kebab. Yeah.
Okay. All
Kebab.
right.
Shukta.
Okay. Okay. Do you like any foreign foods? Foreign
What?
foods, like foods from other countries, like hamburgers or pizza or
Hamburger.
you like hamburgers, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hamburger.
Okay.
And doner, Turkish
Doner.
food.
Oh, I like doner
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Okay. All right, good.
Yeah, you're doing well. Your English, you're doing well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Just keep practicing. Keep practicing.
Yeah.
Remember
Okay.
that,
Inshallah.
inshallah, that's right. And remember that language starts in the mind. Language starts in the mind. So you have to have strong language here first. Understand?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So try to think in English every day, a little bit. Try to think in English, okay?
Okay.
Fight.
Yeah.
So,
قبل يدواتر ساكنه. I will talk you there later.
okay, all right, yeah, it was nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, my friend. Take care, my friend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye, my friend.
Bye, my friend.
All right. Yeah, see, that was good. Look, see, confidence. You know, he's a fighter. Fighters have confidence, right? So his English, he's still learning. He's a beginner, he said, but he's not afraid to speak because he's a fighter. He's not afraid of things, right? So this proves my point again that language, an important part of language is confidence. You have to have confidence. Okay? All right. Okay, for my Chinese followers here,大家，我知道有时候我说快一点，可是，只是很多人听我，很多国家的人。所以一些人他们的英文非常好，一些人他们的英文就是还好啊，因为我觉得你们需要试试看，你可以加油，熟能生巧，好不好 ？OK， 加油，对啊 ，OK， 你们可以。Okay, I know sometimes I speak fast. Sometimes I speak slow. Okay? You just try. All right? Just try. All right. Let's talk to another person. How about, is it Tony? Tony, you want to come talk to me? Hello, Tony.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm fine. I just on the bed on the bed.
Ah,
I changed it to Livino.
okay. All right.
Oh, nice
Where?
to meet you.
What
Your
city?
Chinese speak very well.
Thank you. What city do you live in? 你住在什么城市？
In Suzhou City near
苏州
Shanghai.
OK，苏州 OK。All right。我觉得你是夜猫子
Have been China?
啊
Have been China before?
2016到2020，我住在台湾。
Oh, Taiwan. Okay. Hello. Hello. How many languages can you speak?
I speak English. I speak Chinese, and then I know a little bit of many
Spanish?
other. I know a little Spanish.
Okay.
I know some German. I know a little Spanish, German, French, Italian, Arabic, Russian, Japanese,
Oh, so cool.
Slovak, Latin.
Yeah. So many.
Yeah, but just 一点点的，一点点的。
You are so talented. You are so talented for the language learning. Yeah.
哪里。
Okay.
So, Tony, what can I do for you today? Do you have any questions for me?
No special questions. Just a free talk.
Okay, all right.
If,
Okay, 你做什么工
Where
作？
are you living? Okay. I am working in a foreign company. I'm a quality guys in the quality department.
Oh, wow, okay, all right. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. 这是俄亥俄州，你知道吗？
In the middle of the America.
对啊 Yeah.
Okay. I live in USA. I visit so many Europe countries,
That's
but I
great.
want to have a plan to visit USA in
Okay,
future.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I hope you can.
Yeah,
I want to
I wish-
visit.
I wish.
I want to visit mainland China sometime too, but I just I don't have
Yeah.
a plan yet.
You can plan.
Yeah，
It's
可是如果你要计划，你需要好多钱。
Yeah. You have money. I think you have a lot of money.
没有
Okay.
没有。
And also you have a free time, a lot of time. You can have a free time. You can arrange your visit plan. Yeah, in the future.
我就是因为我是
Have money, have time.
对
You can plan to do everything. Yeah.
I have time because I'm my own boss, but I still am working on the money part.
Okay. What do you do
我是英文老师
for your job?
Yeah.
Or you
I'm
teach?
I'm an English teacher, but I do anything that I can do.
you're online teaching?
Yeah. but-
Offline, online,
Yeah. but
only
I-
online.
Right now, only online. Yeah. But I taught
Okay.
English in Taiwan in many schools. Yeah. But I do anything I
You-
can do.
you
so
can come
I
to
do
China?
other things too.
You can come to China and teach Chinese for English learning.
Sure.
There is so many agency for teaching English.
Yeah.
There's so many agencies here. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can work in this kind of agency.
Well, I'm right now. I'm applying for a new job for a corporate language services company. So
Service company.
yeah, so it's a language services company for corporate business. So it's a job where I will teach English to people from other countries, but I also will teach English to native English speakers, because many native English speakers, they don't know how to speak well. They speak too fast. They don't speak clearly. They have an accent that's hard to understand.
Yeah.
So I will work with some people from other countries, but I'll also work with many Americans to try to teach them how to speak more clearly like I do.
Yes, you speak very clearly. Yeah. The speed is normal. Not fast, not slow. It's just normal. Yeah.
Right. That's what
I
I
can
have
fully
to teach
understand
them.
you what do you speak. Yeah. But
That's-
for the other foreigners, maybe in some other country, they have a strong accent. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to work with both. I'll work with some people from other countries, but I'll also work with many Americans who need to learn how to speak more clearly for their
Yes,
workers, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Many Americans in business, when they have business with people from other countries, they don't think about their language. They never think about their language at all. They want you to learn English, but they don't try to make their English better. You know, so they need to
Yes,
work on
yes.
their English too, you know. So that's the
Yes.
job I'm
Got it.
applying for now.
Yes, you can try to speak so many how to accents. You can manage easier to
Right.
to understand the
That's
what
right.
kind of the accents in English. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. There are many accents in America. It just, the accent that I have where I live, it's considered to be the most neutral accent. The most
Yeah,
neutral
neutral, yeah.
accent. So it's easier to understand. Yeah.
Yes. Your speak is pretty good. Yes, pretty good. Yeah.
I try.
Your accents is very yes, very very normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's better. It's better for the how to say the I don't remember the words what I want to say. It's very easier to for the new learner new guys who want to start to
beginners.
learn English.
Yeah, beginners.
At beginners. Yes, yes, right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's and again, there are many different accents in America. They're all American accents, but some are more easy to understand than others. And
Yeah,
English
yes.
English is an international language. And so if you have a New York accent or a Boston accent or a Texas accent, it's okay. But if you have international business, then you should try to have more of an accent like I have. You should try to learn how to make your accent more neutral.
You can use how to say the simulate how to say can you mock like how to the simulator their essence.
I can simulate them, yeah, but it's not exactly like them. You know, like I can simulate
yes.
British accent, but I'm not British, so it's not real. I can simulate a New York accent, but I'm not from New York, so it's not real. I can simulate a Texas accent, but I'm not from Texas, so it's not real. You know, so it's just pretending. It's not the same.
You're pretending, yeah. Not same.
Right.
You can see the different words.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I could say them, but again, it's just kind of acting. It's like acting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Tony, I'll
Yes.
tell you what. I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to try to talk to a few other people here today. But it was great to talk to you, my
Yes,
friend.
yes, good.
It was great to talk to you.
Yes, I appreciate you can let me to in your stream life. Yeah, this is my first time to try to apply to speaking with the
Well,
foreigner
you did great.
in this effort. Yeah,
Okay.
this first time. Yeah.
Well, you did great.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend.
Have
Come
a
back
good
and
day.
see me again, okay? Take care, my friend.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Okay, let's see. Let me answer a few comments here. Hello, Maniela and Edgar. Hello. Let's see. I'll get another person on stage in just a minute. Let me try to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Hello, Sarika from India. How to deal with stress when learning a language? Well, stress is a natural part of learning anything. When you're learning something, you're climbing a mountain, and climbing mountains can be hard. So you shouldn't try to pretend like learning should ever be easy. Learning is not easy. That's why we respect people who have learned a lot, because we know it was hard. So, what I would tell you is that if you're trying to learn anything well, you should expect to be stressed and frustrated sometimes. It's a natural part of the learning process. You only know you're pushing yourself if it's difficult sometimes. If it's never difficult, then you're not really pushing yourself and you're not really learning. Okay? Walking on a flat plateau is easy. Climbing a mountain is hard.
Learning is climbing a mountain.
Okay?
How long have I learned Chinese? I've been teaching myself Chinese for more than 10 years.
Can I play drums? I do sometimes play drums, but I don't usually try to do it while I'm teaching. So maybe after my stream today, maybe I'll come back and do a concert. Sometimes I like to play for just like 30 minutes. I'll play for just fun. Okay, so come back and see me later, maybe. Okay， 可是我觉得这是台湾的，我觉得你是你需要睡觉，这是好玩，在中国。I live in Hamilton County, Rahul. Hard to respond. He has no English mindset. Well, that's one of the things you must learn is to have an English mindset, to use English in your mind. That's right. Okay? And Eugene, I would love your Peruvian recipe. Please send me a Peruvian recipe. I would love that. Hello, Shosanam. Diana says, I want to boost my spoken English. Can I help you with it? Well, Diana, what's wrong with your spoken English right now? Last stage, I advised a website for American American what? Asana? What was it? What was I talking about? Pronunciation? I don't remember recommending a website for American pronunciation. Asana, send me a private message and I'll see if I can help you later. Okay? I'll try to see if I can figure out what website I was recommending. Okay? Hello, Sanan Ahmad from Pakistan. What is this live specifically for? I'm an English teacher. Today, a friend in every corner means I want to talk to people all around the world. That's it. Okay? I do many live streams. Sometimes I teach a specific topic. Sometimes I answer any questions about anything. And sometimes I just free chat and talk with people from around the world. And I can answer your questions as well. Okay? Hello, Carlos. Good to see you. What's the difference between a Texas accent and a New York accent? A lot. They're very, very different. About 1,000 miles. No, I don't live in China. I live in the United States. What is the big news in the U.S.? David, all the big news in the U.S. is all about politics, and we don't talk about that stuff here. Okay? There's always big news, but it's almost always political garbage, and we don't talk about that stuff here. Alex says, I read an article which says that we all know that Hollywood is located in L.A., but we don't know that 10 minutes away from Hollywood there's a large number of homeless people. That's true, Alex. There are. There is a large number of homeless people there in L.A. near Hollywood. That's right. Life in America is stupidly expensive. I will say that. It's ridiculously expensive. There are a certain number of people in this world, but in particular in my country, who believe that you shouldn't try to make life easier for anyone, that life is only life if it's difficult. So if you try to relieve anything that could be difficult, somehow you're taking away their I don't know. I guess they think it's character building, but I disagree. I don't think you need to deliberately make life more difficult for people just so you feel better. So, yeah, we have a lot of homeless people here. That's because life is really expensive here. And it's very easy to lose everything. And if you lose everything and you're here, then you're homeless. So, that's what happens. It's not good. But it's just, it's a fact of life. It's the way things are, and not just in this country, but in many other places too. Sandra, how can you study English with me? You can go to my website if you want to, and sign up for some lessons.